Okay, let's give you guys some practice. So sketch this graph and find the roots. So to do this, let's break this up into one block, and you've got another block here. So when x is big around this region and around this region, it wants to do a quadratic. It wants to do this x squared. So wait there. It wants to do this this x squared here. When x is small, when x is small around this region here, it wants to do this straight line because this thing here is in the form of mx plus c. So c is your intercept is -10. So let's just say -10 is here, and then your gradient is -3. So it wants to do a gradient of -3. So around this region, it wants to do a straight line. But then when x is big, it has to perform this quadratic thing up here. Okay, so no matter what you do, your graph has to go through this region, and it has to perform this quadratic thing when x is big around the big region here. So overall, your graph will look like this. You should zoom into this bit here. Take it down. Hang on. Take it down slightly, and then up again. And then it will want to do something like this. So your quadratic, your graph will look something like this. Okay, so let's start again here. So to sketch this, break this up into this and this. So when you come to sketch it, look at this bit here. The intercept is -10, and then this is a gradient of -3, so it's going downhill. And then it wants to do this quadratic when. Well, take it down and then up again, and then straight up. There, your graph will look something like this. So our job is to find this point and this point. So to do this, hang on, let me erase this. Bear with me. So to find out the two roots, we have to factorize this. So hang on. Let's factorize this. So to factorize it, we've got to get it into this form here. So it's going to be something like this, x and x here. Your eyes has to zoom into this bit here. Two numbers multiplied together to give you 10, but added together to give you a -3. So let's start again here. Your eyes should zoom into this. Two numbers multiplied together to give you 10. It could be a 5, and it could be a 5 and a 2, or it could be a 1 and a 10. But the thing is that you have to be able to create this number 3 thing here. So you see a 5 and a 2, you can create a 3. A 1 and a 10, there's no way you can create a 3 from a 1 and a 10. So we've got to use this pair, because you can create a 3 with a 5 and a 2, but you can't create a 3 with a 1 and a 10. So discard this. So we know we've got to use 5 and a 2. But looking at this, to make the -3, you have to have negative. Bear with me. You have to have -5 and +2, because when you multiply this out, this times this, that will then give you x squared. This times this, that will then give you 2x. This times this here will give you -5x. This times this will then give you -10. So you see, x, you can merge these two together to give you, merging these two together will give you -3x minus 10. You see, you've got to create a -5 and a +2. So a -5 and a +2. So your answer will, well, when you're at this stage here, hang on. So your answer would be something like this. Hang on. Let me clear this up. Bear with me. So when you get to this stage here, it was It was x minus 5 and then x plus 2. So when you get to this stage here, if you want to find out these 2 points, the y value of these 2 points will be 0. So you've got to put 0 into the y. So put 0 into the y, it will then give you this. Now here you've got one bubble, multiplying with another bubble. You see, if you put a positive 5 in here, then this bubble will be 0. So 0 times whatever over here, it will be 0. And here's another thing. If you put a negative 2 in here, if you put a, bear with me, if you put a negative 2 into here, then this whole thing here will be 0. 0 here times whatever over here, it will be 0. So that, well, if you put a positive 5 into here, this must be 5, and this must be negative 2. So there, you've got your roots, negative 2 and 5. Okay?